Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our free necklace night. I'm Jennifer Keller. I'm an executive company vice president with Park Lane, and I'm here with the amazing area leader, Christy Cohia. And we are so excited to talk to you tonight. We love to talk to guests, especially in January. You might have seen our new jewelry just dropped, and drop a 1 in the chat if you have seen it. And if you even know what your favorite piece is so far, put that in the chat too. We'd love to know because we're still getting used to it, figuring out what our favorite pieces are. And I know some of you might have just come from our mega event. Some of you are going to one tomorrow night. So it is a very exciting week here in Park Lane. So as you jump on, be sure to tag your stylist, let her know that you're here. As many of you know, we give away a free necklace every Sunday night from this event. And one of the ways you get credit and a ticket for being here is by letting us know you're here by tagging your stylist in the comments. So make sure you put that in there, and then we are going to jump right in. So I have not had the privilege yet of doing this with Christy, so it's always fun to have someone new. So Christy, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about you and how you got into Park Lane.
Oh, gee. I got into Park Lane mostly because a friend of mine, Lisa King, was in the business. And I had been with her in a previous company. But the reason I decided to do jewelry or get involved in the jewelry is because the other job I had, I worked every single weekend teaching people how to pass a life insurance test. Now, one thing I do know, it's a boring job, and I had to make it fun because who wants to learn about selling people stuff that they have to die to collect? And I worked every weekend to do this. So I missed out on football games with my son, family events like crawfish boils, um, even church on Sunday because I had to work those Saturdays and Sundays. And Lisa said, you know what? You need to try this because you can work around your schedule. I ended up, I said, okay, let me just try it. So I did. And believe it or not, in about a 4-hour time frame, I made it more than working a Saturday and Sunday full time, teaching people how to sell life insurance and passing a state test. That's what I was doing. And guess what? Jewelry is a want, and people liked it more. So I'm like, I'm in. And I totally left that other job. And I have more time now to see great grandkids, grandkids. I mean, I have more weekend time. I mean, who wants that? So I did, and I got it now. Big thank you, Park Lane. Thank you.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think that's one thing that we would all like more of is more time. And we all get the same amount of time. So that's generally not available. So if you can find something like this that's flexible, that you can work around your family time, work around your other job, it's got to be able to fit into the nooks and crannies. And I know when, over the years, just many of you have heard my story before, but I've been in this industry for 25 years. And I got into this because I just wanted a little bit of extra money to pay for the extras. Most of the extras went for my kids, but over the years, what started out as just, I think in the beginning, it was like $500 a month to help pay for preschool and, pay for preschool and a little bit for me. That's kind of been my motto for the past 25 years. And it's grown to pay for preschool and then 2 kids and then private school and even my daughter's wedding a couple of years ago. So I say that to say, you can do as much or as little as you want with this business, and you can make it work because it's flexible. Because one thing I know for sure is that we are all busy people. Like, drop a B in the comments if you're one of those busy people, because I'm sure everybody's a busy person. And, I think what I've enjoyed so much about this industry, and especially about Park Lane for the last 5 years, is how you can work it in different ways. So like Christy, do you do your parties online? Do you do them in person? How do you do your business?
So, well, because of COVID, right? I joined Park Lane after COVID, and most people weren't doing in person, family house. So I started doing it online. And the advantage of that, I was able to reach some of my family members and some of my friends that are in other states. Like, I live in Louisiana, but it was hard to travel to like South Carolina or to Alabama or to California to do this. But now I can go with Facebook, have a little party like that, like 20, 30 minutes, and I just dress up from the waist up. You know, after it's done, it takes less time to do the party. And I've got family from all over the United States and friends from all over the United States that can do parties. Now, do I still do local parties? I do. Matter of fact, I just had one yesterday for the 17th. I just had one yesterday. And I love that because they get to see it and touch it. But when I do the Facebook ones, they're seeing it still more than in the catalog because I can put it right up to them and describe it and share it that way. So they're almost feeling and touching it that way. So I like it because variety is the spice of life. And any of my girls know that is my motto because there's so many ways you can do it. And I love that.
Yeah.
So your question was, how do I do my business? Variety is the spice of life. I do Facebook Live. I've done Zoom. I like to do it in person. And sometimes I even do little vendor events because this way I can reach out to people that I don't know and get a new set of women that are
Mhm.
dying to have parties with me. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, you pretty much hit them all. Like you can do this business online, in person, vendor events. I think the only one she didn't mention was you can also do fundraisers. You could, I mean, I'm going to set up actually, I think next week at a wine bar in my area, invite some local friends. So yeah, I'm going to kind of agree that variety is the spice of life and it keeps it from being boring. It just, there's always a different way if you want to that you can do this. So the question always is, can I make this fit in my busy schedule? And I think, yes, you absolutely can. You know, we have no quotas. We have no minimums. You just to sell the jewelry, you can do this as much or as little as you want. So probably beyond, can I, you know, how much time does this take? Probably the next question I get is, well, how much money can you make? And tell them how someone's starting in the business, how much money they would make.
So in starting the business, that's one of the greatest things. We have one of the highest commission rates for startups, 30% right off the bat. And that's with no direct selling experience. And I have a lot of friends that have other companies or gone somewhere else. And they like, I can't believe you get 30% because they start off at 10%, maybe 15. Okay. But 30% to start off. And I will tell you that if you have experience in direct sales with a different company, there's a possibility that you might get even more because they appreciate the experience that you have and honor that. It's some of the commercial jobs out there, you know, you fill out a resume, you tell them what your experience are, and then they're going to try to match what you make or give you a little bit pay raise. Well, most direct companies don't do that. And I've been around a couple of them, so I do know that for a fact. But this was the only one I've ever seen that they're like, oh my God, Chrissy, you have this experience. You've led these many people on a team. We're going to bring you at this level. So it's possibility, because I was brought in a little bit higher than a 30%, but it's a case by case thing. I just love that they do that for you. Park Lane, oh my God. So I would have to also just iterate that if you come on board, because we're going to talk about why, because it's just so exciting. In coming on board, we would like to get you qualified. And as you get qualified, that little fee that you have to pay is going to be reimbursed by how much money that you can make. And then you get profit in your money to go do, oh, I don't know, maybe an extra cruise for yourself or whatever is your little all about me money, because I'm whatever you need. I'm sorry, I'm just babbling, but I get so excited about it because I know there's so many things that can happen.
I love that. I love that you're excited. And she's still excited. She's been, what, 5 years like me? And she's still
I
excited. So that's awesome.
just made 5 years.
So let me
Yeah.
go back to a couple of things she said. First, just like she said, starting fashion stylists who come into the business start at 30%, which is incredible. And then if you decide to build a team, which is completely optional, but we do love that part of it. If you decide to build a team, you can go from 30% all the way to 50% and you never go backwards. And I found that to be so just amazing because in my previous company, you know, as soon as I promoted, the second after I promoted, I was already thinking, when am I going to lose it? When am I going to lose it? When am I going to go backwards? And I rode that roller coaster for 20 years and it's stressful. So the fact that Park Lane, the only direction to go is up, is very just rewarding. It makes me feel like they
It
value
is.
our mental health. So I love that about them. And then, Christy touched on our direct appoint program, where if you do have previous or current leadership from a direct sales company, Park Lane recognizes that, which is unique, just like she said. And, I don't know what that would look like for you, but I would definitely say if you have experience, talk to your stylist and at least ask the question, because they did that for Christy, they did that for me. And it's very validating, especially if you are with a company like ours that closed. So I always say, I
Mhm.
feel like they broke up with us, or a
Yeah.
company that has gone to affiliate, or a company that is just
Mm.
starting to change up their hostess plan or their compensation plan. All those things are little red flags that I didn't notice before, but now I can see that's
Mhm.
not a good thing. So I love that they do that for us. So let's see, what else can we talk to them about? So we've talked about, if you're busy, you can do this, that
Mhm.
you can make some good money, which is great.
Mhm.
And then, there's all kinds of fun perks along the way. So tell them some of the perks that we get as stylists.
I think one of my favorite perks is, I mean, you think commission, what you sell, you get paid on, but what about things on the side like we have a rich rewards club? And when I say rich rewards, it's because they reward us richly with beautiful jewelry. And it's not just a one-time thing. Every single month, every single month, if we do so much production just in the first 2 weeks, we get an extra $250 in jewelry that we get to pick out. Not like we tell you what you get. We get to pick out what we want. And for the whole month, we have a chance to earn up to $15 to $2,000 in free jewelry. Okay. So besides commission I can make, an extra $15 to $2,000 in free jewelry every single month, that richly rewards us. And I just love that. And you know what I do with my rich rewards earnings? I love to give them away because I end up having so much jewelry. It's like, you know what? Have a party with me, join my team, or you did good. Or one of my favorites is in my group, I do what you wear Wednesday. I mean, by Wednesday morning when I get up, them girls are posting every Wednesday what they're wearing for the day so they can get in their drawing. And I use my Rich Rewards Club earnings, pieces of jewelry, to reward them for participating in my group. So that's one of many favorites. I have to ask you, Jennifer, which one is your favorite item as a stylist that they give you?
Oh gosh. Well, I love the free jewelry. Like, you can always be your own hostess. We always have a party open in our name. Like she said, that Rich Rewards Club repeats every single month. So that in the beginning, it adds jewelry to your kit, right? Like, so you can have more to
Oh,
show.
yeah.
But if you do it every month, you become very generous. I just flew home from Hawaii last week, and there was a woman on the plane who complimented my jewelry, and I just pulled out a cute little pair of earrings and gave them to her because I get so much free jewelry. So it is fun to kind of have that Santa feeling. So the free jewelry is great. Their trips are amazing. They do 2 all expense paid trips a year. We have been, I mean, in my 5 years here, I don't even think I can name them all, but Dublin, Paris. We're going to Amsterdam in September. We're going to Cancun in a couple weeks. St. Thomas, Hawaii. I mean, there's just so much. So the trips are incredible. If you like to travel, I mean, that I think I would do Park Lane just for the travel perks, because I love to travel. And if someone else wants to pay for it, I'm all in on that. So the travel's good. There's a Mercedes car program. Um, it's just it's just fun. I think bottom line is just fun. Like, they're very much an incentive based company where
Mhm.
there's always something to go for. Like, they'll just throw out things like, if you sell $1,000 in the next 2 weeks, we're going to give you this bracelet. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like fun. And we all get excited about that. So
Yeah.
they just keep it exciting, which is great. Now, Chrissy, let me ask you, because I know one of the questions I get a lot is, well, how do you keep this business going? Your family and friends might have shows for you to get you started, but then what happens after that? So tell them a little bit about how our hostess program works.
The hostess program is one of the generous ones they have in the industry too. So that is an awesome piece. They don't really say in a hostess program that you have to sell so much jewelry. That's the advantage. They just say get one or two, three of your friends to purchase some jewelry. And for every person that makes an order, the hostess will get $20 in free jewelry. So if you got 5 friends, and most of us can get at least 5 friends to place a little order, even if it's a pair of earrings for like 30 or 40 bucks, okay? That's $20, $40, $60, $80, $100 in hostess free jewelry that they can earn. But the magic is when they get 10 friends to buy. 10 friends. And let me tell you why. Because if you take 20 times 10, that's what? 200. But not in Park Lane world. I don't know where they get their math from, but they double it to $400 for 10 orders. Like, who does that? It's like double or nothing, double or nothing. So we encourage our hostess to get at least 10 little orders. They get $400 in free jewelry. And on top of that, they can get 4 extra items at half off, plus a thank you gift of any item in the catalog. That could be, I don't know, $300, and they only pay $35. So before you know it, our hostesses are like juggling their boxes because they're getting so much free jewelry that they're like, oh my God, you need to have a party from me, and you need to have a party from me because look at all this free jewelry I got. So a lot of times, how to continue my business is my hostess had got so much free jewelry that their friend says, you know what? I like this jewelry, and I'm gonna earn all that free jewelry just like my friend did. And bada bing, bada boom, you got another party going on. So I'm sorry, just I just love it.
I agree. The hostess plan is amazing. And, you do have to have $300 in net sales for the hostess benefits to kick in. But at that point, it just goes up. And this is when I looked at Park Lane, there were 2 things that jumped out at me where I thought this is a smart company. And the first one is that hostess plan, because this is how it plays out. I just had a party a couple weeks ago, and this is exactly what happened. Her name was Lindsay. And I did her party, and at the end of it, she had 7 orders. So I said, Lindsay, you've got $140 in free jewelry, right? 7 times $20. She was thrilled. I said, but if you get 3 more orders, even if they're small ones, it'll go from 140 to 400. Do you think she got those 3 orders?
Oh, you know it.
Every time. So the way they incentivize that hostess is a benefit for her and for us. So I loved that part of it. And then the other thing that I thought was brilliant is their sale. So drop a C, not a C, it's an S. Because sale does not start with C. Drop an S in the comments if you have experienced Park Lane's sale. And if you're new, the way it works is when you purchase 2 items at full price, you get 4 items at half price. But the brilliant part is the 2 at full price are the least expensive. And whenever I share that with somebody, they kind of go, wait, what? Because that does not happen in the real retail world. And what it does, I think, is it helps build trust with your customer right away because I'm helping her to get the best deal. And even those half price items that she gets, we still get paid our commission on those. So there's been several times where someone, I just had this happen. She wanted the necklace that Christy has on, that Wildcat, which I think is like $84. And she wanted, I don't have them handy, the impression earrings that are $30. And those are the 2 things she wanted. And I said, I can do that for you. But let me tell you, if you want to grab a second pair of these impression earrings in a different color, you'll be able to get that one for half price, and it will actually save you money, and you'll get 1 more pair of earrings. She was thrilled. So just the way they market that is brilliant, because I know before I heard about Park Lane and I was just looking through the website, I thought, ooh, I think this is kind of expensive. But when you understand that sale, and we'll show someone, I don't even know how much, this is one of our new ones. I don't know how much it is, but it's over 100. And so I will show this, and isn't this beautiful, by the way? I just love it. And I teach my customers that with a $90 order, they can grab this for $35. Nobody's going to spend $150 on any piece of jewelry with me unless they really,
Right.
really want to. So I love that about their sale. It just kind of, and it keeps people coming back for more. And the other thing too is, it's jewelry and it's visual, like the woman on the plane that complimented my jewelry. And I love telling people that we come out with jewelry all the time, right?
Yeah.
So Christy and I both know we just came out with our new collection, Meadow Muse, which we are just as excited as you are. Let me tell you, like, just to have new jewelry and things to play with. So if you did not go to a mega show tonight, make sure you go to one tomorrow night and you get to see all this beautiful jewelry because it's gorgeous. And then they have style drops and they have a Sparkle Box subscription. And basically almost every week, something new is coming out. So we just love that about that. Before we wrap up and talk about, the cost to get into Park Lane, which is like this, Christy, tell them a little bit about our team. What do you love about our team Sparkle?
Well, I would have to say, oh my God, camaraderie, support. Is there a really favorite thing? I don't know how to say this, but I will tell you that we have sub teams under our teams, but we still cross support each other team. Like, how can we help you out? Here's some ideas. The system we have in place. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. We love your systems. I am a person that I need some help that tell me how to do things. I need someone who can organize, spread it out. You spread it out, do the organization, and then I say, okay, just need to follow that, and it just falls into place. Verbiage, you have support verbiage on how we can communicate with our customers, how we can communicate with our other stylists. I think the support system in place, that we are one of the most successful teams to help other teammates move up in the business if that's what they want to do. I'm speechless, believe it or not, because I love the camaraderie, the support system, the teamwork, and it's variety again, because some people are visuals. They need to see it done. Some people need to hear it. So we have Zoom training that way. Some people need to feel and touch it. So we get together. There's so many different ways of support. It's like kinesthetic. I think that's the word I want to use, because everybody learns different. And the way you have the system, you're touching every person in that kind of system, that they can move up in their life if that's what they want to do. And if they have to step away for a little while, like I had to, because my mother was severely ill until she passed away, and I was away for almost a year. But Park Lane didn't punish me. They opened me back up with open arms. And then the system got back into the system that I can move forward in this business. And these are happy tears, because you can't get that with other companies. Like my brother, who was helping support with my mother till she passed away, the company only gave him 3 months of family support. And then they said, well, we can't use you anymore. And they let him go. And so when he tried to apply back at that, they're like, we don't have an opening for you. He had to go look for another job. Park Lane didn't do that to me. I tried to convince him to sell jewelry, as a guy. But, these are happy tears, because other companies don't do that, but Park Lane does that for you. Yeah. Okay, so
we do. The support on our team is pretty incredible. I agree. And everyone does say that I'm the systems person, but I literally wake up every day and one of my first thoughts in the morning is, how can I make this business more effective and efficient for our team? Because I want people who work full time to be able to feel like they can do this. Someone who's taking care of little kids, or their parents, or they travel, or their spouse travels. I want this to be something everyone can do. So I literally spend a lot of my day trying to better my systems to make it better for everyone else. And, some of the things we've done on our team, that we have a graphic designer who provides all of our graphics for us. We have trainings. Christy mentioned Zooms. We have trainings every week that we record, we stream. You can watch the replay if you can't catch it live. And we do all these fun events. Like every Sunday night, we do a party on Facebook. So you can use that as your party. I mean, talk about a time saver. Every Sunday night we share the business like this and give away a free necklace, so that will help you build a team if that's your desire. So we have so many things like that. And I just think this is just fun. Like, I used to be a CPA, and that was a fine job, but it was not fun. Like, this is fun. So
that's what I'm talking about. I used to sell insurance. People don't want to do that, but you know what? I don't need jewelry, but I want it. It's easier. Insurance they need, okay?
Right.
Jewelry they don't need, but they want it. It's easier to do. It's easier to sell, so.
Insurance and taxes. Can you think of 2 more boring things?
Oh God, it's like.
So let me wrap up real quick with how much it costs to join. So it's really nothing. You can join Park Lane for $129, and you get $500 in jewelry that you get to pick out. We do your launch party for you. We help give you all the tools that you need to do this, fun time, part-time, full-time, big time, whatever you want to do. We have a system in place to help you do that. And right now, with the launch of our new collection, Park Lane is offering an extra $200 in jewelry with your kit. So that means you can sign up for $129 and get $700 in jewelry. And I think, I don't know about Christy, but I spend more than $129 at Costco every single week. So, and this, I don't get any money back. Well, I do actually get a check from Costco, but at the end of the year. But on a regular basis, Costco's not paying me to shop there. So I think the cost to get in is minimal. And I think at the beginning of the year, it's just the best time to try something new. Just see if you like it, try it, have a party, give us a couple months to show you our systems and how we make this work. And, if it's not for you, you get to keep your jewelry, but we think you're going to love it because we love it a lot too. So, okay. Well, thank you so much. If you have not tagged your stylist yet in the comments, make sure you tag her. And when we're done, I'm going to post a survey at the top. That is your form to fill out so that we actually put you in the drawing for the free necklace. And at the end, it will ask you for a secret word. And let's call the secret word Meadow, because Meadow Muse is the name of our new collection. So Meadow is our word. I know half the time I forget, but tonight I did not. So Meadow's our word. Fill that out by Monday night. I'll do the drawing on Tuesday. But we're excited to see what we're going to do this year as a team and with Park Lane. And we know it's going to be an incredible year, and we would love to have you be part of it. So
new year, new you. Let's do it.
Thank you so much for joining me. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.